next up to the NOSH Live stage, we have Harinee Sampath with Prayani.
Hi, my name is Harinee Sampath. I'm the founder of Prayani. And we have a line of Indian yogurt dips we call raita. Raita is the Indian cousin to the tzatziki. A wise man once told me that there are only 3 things that bring people together in this world: music, food, and sex. I'm not particularly musically inclined, and that third thing, I come from a conservative culture where we rarely talked about it. Even though I come from the land of Kama Sutra and a billion people, I've decided to make it my mission to bring people together through food, specifically South Asian, better for you South Asian food. I call our story the classic immigrant story because when I first came to the US, I wondered why there were no savory yogurts on grocery store shelves, because that's what we made at home all the time. But ours is also a story done right, because when I went back to business school, I worked with a team to develop the business plan for the idea. We did a ton of market research, taste tests, focus groups, a survey of Trader Joe's Whole Foods customers. We saw that this market for refrigerated ethnic dips had been growing steadily year over year. It's currently an over $1 billion market. We also found that there was no competition in South Asian dips because everything was either Mexican or Mediterranean, and there is no South Asian dip that has captured the minds of the consumer. Finally, we're on trend with a lot of things that consumers are looking for. They're looking for snacks as meals, healthier snacks, global flavors, ethnic flavors, the probiotics, no added sugars, and a natural product, which ours is. We won several awards at the university, but did the world really need another dip? To find out, we launched really small in a few farmers markets and local stores. That's my mom. We got some amazing feedback from customers, but we're also glad we launched small. We learned a few lessons. We learned that our customer actually looks more like Kathy and less like Millennial Marshall. We found out that the product actually moves quicker in the culture set, and we found that while people will gladly pay $4.99 at farmers markets, but they'll purchase it every once in a long while, they're more likely to buy the product at a $2.99 to $3.99, never crossing $3.99 for a more regular buy. So far, we're in Kroger, Michigan stores, about 100+ stores distributed by Lipari Foods, which is a strong local specialty food distributor in Michigan. And we have some ambitious plans to grow, but we have 3 things to accomplish. We have to get better with our strategic marketing, improve velocities in the stores that we are at. We need to scale up our production through a co-packer. We still make it at a commercial kitchen, and we need to build out a team. Thank you for the opportunity to present here as I look ahead to those next steps.
All right, well, you're going to head to center stage for a couple questions. John, you guys know a little bit about dairy. So tell us what you think. What questions do you have?
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, the product's delicious. I only had a chance in the 3 minutes that we had to listen to pay attention and eat. I only got a chance to get through one of the flavors, but it was really, really tasty.
Thank you.
I guess one of the things that I'm curious about, as you talked about the probiotics, which is, it's a little bit of sort of, I mean, I'm starting to think there's a shorter list of products that don't contain probiotics now than that do. But when you think about the positioning of the brand and the product, health versus taste, I know you talked about probiotics, but can you just talk a little bit about kind of what the vision is for the Prayani brand?
Yes, so taste is obviously the first things that customers experience, and that has to be good, but they're not going to come back over and over again without a certain specific benefits that the product inherently provides, which is what we found. Customers were coming back, and that's why Kathy is our most passionate customer, because for her, it's really a problem where she's looking for a healthier snack. She's looking for the lower sodium, the lower cholesterol, the probiotics, a little bit more protein, as opposed to Millennial Marshall, for whom it's the taste. It's a nice new product. It's out there, but yeah, the next new thing they find, they might go to the next thing. So yeah, that's what we found.
Great.
Given the complications of dairy, whether it's sourcing the commodity or working with it, how have you been able to manage your co-manufacturing and your margins? and what are your goals?
Yeah, our margins are very slim right now. We actually source the milk and make our own yogurt in a commercial kitchen. So co-packing is absolutely the next step we need to take. What was the full question? I'm sorry.
Just the margin profile and how it's scaled.
Yeah, so margins are very slim at the moment. So we have done about 30% in margins, and it's gone down even further a little bit, more towards 25% with the distributor. So we've, and I know we can bring it down when we go to a co-packer with this scale. There's already things that we can shave off with just buying in bulk that we don't do currently.
It's wildly delicious.
Thank you.
And the tanginess, and there's a real burst of the herbs and the vegetables that you've included.
Yeah.
So to me, it feels like a bridge between a dip and a sauce. Can you talk a little bit about usage occasion, given
Yes.
that it is a little bit soft?
Saucier.
Yeah. More
Yes,
saucy.
and that's, all our focus groups pointed to customers actually wanting a thicker product. And we have struggled from our commercial kitchen to actually make a very thick product. We don't have Greek yogurt capabilities. So it's something that, and we don't obviously add any pectins or gelatins or gums. So when it's out here, that is something that we struggle with. It has to be kept chilled to have that perfect dippable consistency. I think going to a co-packer will solve some of that, but it's been a tricky transition because there have been many customers who have actually liked the saucier consistency. But if we continue the dip route with a slightly thicker product, I think that's still a good thing because consumers can still do the same things that they're doing with it, which is well beyond a dip. They're using it almost like a condiment, so it's gone on, I'm vegetarian, but I've had customers put it on salmon, sandwiches, wraps, of course. It's gone on so many different things, which I hadn't anticipated going into this.
Well, Jeff, unfortunately, we're out of time, but I promise we'll start with you first next time. Well, thank you so much for your presentation and appreciate sharing.